Should I say happy January, everyone? We've got 3 new Star Wars sets on the way, January 2026, and I'm excited for them. Let's have a chat about it. So at the time of filming this video, we're only a couple of days into December, and I thought I was going to be more excited about opening the advent calendar and talking about that. But actually, what I'm excited about is that when I woke up yesterday morning, I saw videos popping up, things popping up about some new sets coming out in January. Lego have released a ton of new sets. Obviously, it's a good point of the year for them to do that, but 3 Star Wars sets. And not any 3 Star Wars sets, we've actually been treated to one from each of the trilogies. So super happy about this. So let's have a chat about them now. First one I want to speak about, BB-8. So we're kind of working our way backwards through them in this one. BB-8, we've only had one model of him before that's like a big scale model. Obviously quite a sizable one so far. But they've actually made one now, which is in line with C-3PO and R2. And obviously we've recently had Chopper and K-2SO, and we've had Wicket the Ewok. And of course, dare I talk about the dreaded Chewbacca, which I do have, and actually I like him more than I thought I would. But yeah, BB-8, I've got a little list here. So they've made him a bit more spherical. That's the main thing to look at. You can straight away see, obviously, more compact, bit more in scale with the other guys, less boxy looking and bricky looking. Obviously, he's Lego, so you're going to have some bricky looking bits. And because there's less elements to him than the previous one, he's still going to look a bit smaller. You can tell he's not got as many pieces to him. But I really like the design of him. So he's got 569 pieces. From what I can see, it's going to be $90. Or £79.99 UK pounds sterling. So not the cheapest of sets, but that is sort of in line with what K2SO have been, what Chopper has been, what R2D2, C3PO has been quite expensive compared to the others if you think about it. But I think they're all really nice sizes, and the fact they all go with each other and they all fit the same kind of sizing as such. I saw the interview the designers on Brix Fanatics, and it was quite interesting to see the designers talk about how big they realised he was when they actually scaled him with R2 in the films and everything, because everyone thinks he's quite a diddy little thing, but he's actually quite a chunky, spherical droid. So interesting. Moving on, we've got some other little bits with him, which I've seen in the videos there. So he's got 2 new printed disc elements on him. He's got some printed curves. He's also got, if you open him up inside, he's got his little lighter thing that pops up, which is pretty cool, as you'd want him to have, because he has that in the bigger model as well. And of course, that's one of the funny moments in the film. He's also got, when you're inside there with the lighter element, he's also got a little bit of sand. They've been quite clever with this because they've decided that they want him to be like you first see him from Jakku. He's got some little sort of sandy coloured bits of Lego in there. So I think that's quite a nice little inclusion. It's quite a clever little thing. You don't have to see those. You can keep his little front panel closed, which is quite smart. And of course, rather than having a little thing for it to come out of, they have kind of done the whole sort of chest opening up. So interesting, but also have a look at this. I'm just going to quickly pop this on screen. But he literally, when you move him along, he's got a little wheel underneath and his head wobbles about, and it doesn't just go round and round and round, it goes randomly. I think that's quite a fun little thing. So really excited about that. It's quite cool. And of course, a better price point for everyone, an easy one to get hold of. I actually missed the last BB-8, so it'd be really nice to get hold of this one when he comes out. I think it'd be brilliant to go with the others. Amazing stuff. Let's move on. So next up, we have got the AT-AT. So obviously, I'm excited about this one. If anyone knows me, they know I'm a massive Empire Strikes Back fan. I'm a huge fan of the original trilogies in general, but this one is great. Anyone who's got an AT-AT, whether it's one of the kind of £150 sets or the big UCS one, obviously loves them anyway. This is a great one because not only is it a good shelf-sized model, but it's also part of what he kind of classes the Starfighter sets. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great model. I mean, let's have a look at this. I've got some details here. So it's got 525 pieces. There's not loads and loads, but it's sort of in line with things like the Tantive 4 and a few less pieces than like the Millennium Falcon one has. But I think it's a great size model. It's also got a little snow speeder going around it with the rope attached, which is pretty cool. And I did note down here as well, they've got some really funky little details. They've also got a little tiny micro scale General Veers inside, an AT-AT driver, a couple of snow troopers in the middle section as well. I'll try and put a couple of pictures up of what I've got on there. And also a printed thermal detonator just to represent the one Luke throws up into one of the AT-ATs. They did mention though that they intended the snowspeeder to be Wedge Antilles snowspeeder, so they're kind of mixing up the scenes a little bit there, but it doesn't matter. Die-hard fans might be like, oh my god, not the same one, but I mean, as much as I love Empire Strikes Back, I just think it's great. They've got the references in there. It's really cool. And also, they've got some printed tiles on the legs. So, again, really cool. I'm liking the lack of stickers being told to us at this point in time. Price-wise, I don't think this one's too bad. It's $54.99 UK sterling from what I've been led to believe, about $60 in the US. So hopefully it'll be an easy one to pick up. And with these sets, they do generically go on sale after a little while. So I reckon if it's coming out in January, give it till sort of, you know, after May, after we've got past the May the 4th sort of stuff, I reckon that will start going down a bit in price in some places like Amazon. Over here, you've got Smith's Toy Store. It's usually tend to drop things a bit lower than a lot of other places. So keep an eye out. If you don't get it on day one, it's definitely going to be a set worth picking up. Whether you've got the big ones or not, I think it's a really good one if you're a fan of the original trilogy. So finally, let's move on. We're going backwards in time again. Prequel trilogy. So we've got the Venator. Now, I'm not a huge prequel trilogy fan. I do have a couple of smaller Lego sets from it, but again, I prefer to go for the main original trilogy stuff. But even so, I can't really bypass this. This is a good looking set. I haven't got the UCS one, of course, because for that sort of money, there were other things that I like more. In this case, the 8080 one. But in terms of the UCS Venator, that looked like a great model. Don't have it myself, but this one's brilliant. 643 pieces. From what I can see, it's going to be about £69.99 or $80. And to be honest, I think it looks great. Detailed. It's got a little Easter egg inside it, where if you put up the middle bit, I'll put some little things on screen. You have got Anakin's and Obi-Wan's little starfighters in there. It's just little 1x1 tile things, which looks really cool. Just a fun little inclusion there. You've also got some cool kind of usage of parts there. They've got barrels for the engine bits at the back, which looks really funky. I think that's just a fun little inclusion. They've also made new corner tile elements. This is interesting for anyone who's a bit of a sort of piece nerd. 4x4 tile sort of cut diagonally across to make a sort of 4x4 corner element, which is pretty cool. All printed pieces, no stickers again from what I'm aware of. Don't quote me on that. We'll see when it comes out. But also, you've got little windows in the superstructure, so a bit like some of the other models, like the Super Star Destroyer. If you get the light at the right angles, that'll make quite a nice scene there as well. And of course, in general, just a great ship. You've got the little printed plaque on it as well, which I have to double check, but I think we get the 8080 as well. But obviously, that would be quite nice with the stand and everything for this. And of course, that will go with the other ships nicely. We're veering off Starships a little bit with the 8080, but the Venator, obviously great inclusion. And yeah, I think brilliant. I mean, 3 sets I'm excited for. 3 sets that don't have a massively overpriced price point. 3 sets that I think most fans can get behind, at least one of them. What's not to like? I mean, I'm really excited about this reveal, guys. And obviously, let me know what you think. I'll be really interested to know what everyone thinks about these. If anyone thinks, nah, these are rubbish, or if anyone's like, no, the UCS one's all I want for these, whether it's the 8080, the Venator, or even the original BB-8 one, you know, any of those, let me know what your thoughts are. In the meantime, really appreciate you watching the video. Let's see what happens in January. Let's keep going in December, rolling out the advent calendar. And in the meantime, keep bricking it. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.